How military men killed three traders in Lagos spare parts market over 200 naira. Trigger-happy military personnel have shot dead three traders at the popular Ladipo spare parts market in Lagos State over the payment of 200 naira gate pass into the area. One of the victims was a businessman identified only as Felix, aka Tiger, and two other yet to be identified traders who were shot dead at the Aguiyi Ironsi International Trade Center in the Paramo area of Ladipo Market, Lagos State. Crisis began when a military officer, and his orderly visited the market on Tuesday to change the spare parts he bought from a trader. On their way out, some union members who were at the entrance of the market reportedly demanded payment of 200 naira from them for gate pass. It was learned that the request infuriated the military men, and in the process, an argument ensued between them and the union members. A source in the market told us correspondent that the union members allegedly beat the military man and his orderly, adding that the soldiers mobilized three other personnel who allegedly shot the victims to death. The trader said what happened was a military man came with his orderly in the morning to change a spare part that he bought from a trader in the market since last week. He came to change it because it did not work, but the military man did not wear his uniform when he came to the market. Makes sense. Because I was like, you willingly beat a military man in uniform? That is very confident. When he was leaving, the union boys at the entrance of the gate told him to pay 200 naira for gate pass, but because he refused to pay, it turned into a fight. The boys beat the military man and his orderly, so when he went back to his base, he returned with three other boys, and everywhere scattered as they started shooting. About three people have been killed. In fact, a trader, Felix, aka Tiger, whose shop is located on my line, was part of the people that were killed by stray bullets. Okay, so however, the Director of Public Relations and Information Nigeria Air Force, Edward Gapkwat, who gave another version of the story, said a soldier and his civilian friend were in the market for debt collection from a trader when a fight broke out between the soldier and the debtor. Yeah, of course we are going to believe that. Okay, this now makes sense because I'm like, okay, fine, I'm not justifying the man should have not died. Again, the onus is on the military man as a public servant to be the bigger person. You know what? Yes, sometimes maybe you get aggravated and infuriated by, the people that you're meant to serve, but you're not meant to retaliate. And again, of course, they had the confidence to beat him up because they did not know that he was a military officer. If anything, him being a military officer would have been to his advantage in terms of coming back to arrest, not necessarily come with guns and to show that you have power. You come and then you start shooting sporadically. For what reason? For what reason? Who do you then think you are? Because now you've wasted a life and you should be charged for murder. You should. So sad. And again, who is going to hold them accountable? Even their leaders that lead them in the army are not even held accountable. So these ones, I'm not even sure. And to even think that their boss, the Edward Gapkwat, literally gave a whole different story. This is obviously very much sad. And I'm just like, come on now. Someone here says, Nigerian army, what a shameful act. An army officer cannot pay common car parking of 200 naira, which resulted in loss of human lives. Real abuse of power. It wasn't a parking ticket. It was a gate pass. And if you don't have the 200 naira, at least you are not even wearing military uniform. If you're wearing military uniform, maybe you'd have gone for free. That's it. But even if you're not wearing military uniform, again, it's just like, if I don't know, you're gonna have to have paid the money because you're in the wrong for not paying a gate pass, because you're not allowed to. That's just the rules of the place where you're going to go trade or change your spare parts, and that's just what it is. But again, you can argue that, okay, fine, there must have been, provoking on the part of the other party, of the people that died. However, you might say that, but now their lives are gone. They're not here to defend themselves. We cannot hear their side of the story. So again, it's like, okay, fine. Truth is, he met up the military man who was not even in uniform. Because again, if it was in uniform, I highly doubt that they would literally the other people, or the actual boys that were demanding for the money. I highly doubt that they would have beaten him up, especially when he was in uniform. So again, it's the confidence that they saw him as an average man. I don't know if he did not give any sort of identification that he was in the army or whatever, but he didn't. The fact is, I understand that, okay, fine, he must have been aggravated, but then you left. That's the thing. You left. I don't know how you left, but there must have been a resolve. But then you then chose to come back with your boys, three other people, and you came with guns to show that you have what? Because that's just straight up abuse of power on, like, that, and it's just unjustifiable. You just abused your power for no reason to establish yourself as what? That you can take lives like this. Because an act like this should be removed from the military for an act like this. Absolutely. Because you've now killed not one, not two, but three people because of stray bullets to go show and establish your presence as what? No one cares. You weren't wearing a military uniform at the time. Therefore, the respect that you expected was not given to you. And even if you were wearing a military uniform, does that guarantee or does that give you the right and the temerity to go and murder somebody over what? 200 naira. What kind of pride do you have? Grow up. Someone says, it will not be well with these soldiers and their families. They derive pleasure from killing innocent civilians and the government does not even care. It is true. I mean, again, if they're getting orders from people in government who don't even care about Nigerians, how do you expect public servants to even care about the people that they are meant to protect? Imagine when your protector is your predator. Imagine you're trying to look for justice in injustice. Imagine. Someone here says, they keep dying in the hands of bandits and Boko Haram because the innocent ones they have been killing #world leaders and Nigeria to save lives. We are tired of Nigeria and the killing of innocent people. They are on a killing spree, especially against Igbos doing business in Lagos. They came to Tinubu Square. The Igbos were selling computer consumables last week and raided many people, including some Yorubas too, and the raided were asked to pay 100k each as bailing fee. Wow. Put what I think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.